Welcome to Makers International, a podcast of makers from 3 countries, 2 continents, and featuring 5 guys separated only by the same language. Here's your host, Richard Morley.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good times, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for listening and joining with us. Who have we got with us today? I don't think we actually know because there's going to be lots of people by all accounts. As always, though, we've got Chris Cute.
How you doing, everybody?
Alan Robinson playing with his phone.
How you doing, fellas?
Joe Whitaker.
You're right, Tom, yeah.
And the other half of our international arrangement this week, it's Jamie Page.
How y'all doing?
How's things with you, Jamie? Because you are currently in Atlanta, are you not?
I am, and it is incredible. I've met some great people. I've met Chris as well.
Yeah.
Wicked. Well, because I'm here I'm currently on vacation in Orlando, so I haven't really been covering the social media. There's a helicopter just flying over. I do apologise. It's probably looking for me, actually. So we've got a few shout-outs, but I haven't been pushing social media really hard. But as always, a few shout-outs. Steve French, Sterling Davis, our guest from last week, Andrew McQuillan, Jim Dockrell, Ian Brodie-Smith, Robert, I forgot to jot down the surname, KSFWG, and Russell E. Clarity. So huge thank you to those guys for reaching out to us, sharing our stuff and saying hello, because obviously we love all that stuff. Chris, do you know if we've got any random listener questions?
Yeah. Once again, why are we here and why are we doing this?
And this week, I think, is probably the most apt that's ever been ever.
Yeah.
Because we are Makers International, and we have gone international.
Yeah, that's what he said, because that sounded more intelligent than
and that's the only intelligent thing I'm ever going to say on this podcast.
I was just going to say, that's like, hold the front page. Did Jamie just say something intelligent there?
No, rewind this. That didn't happen.
Fair enough. Okie dokie. So, right, I mean, I certainly want to know what's going on in Atlanta, and presumably the people that aren't in Atlanta, they want to know as well. So what have you guys been up to? What are you doing? What's going on? Tell us all about it.
Checking out some of the booths, swapping stickers with everybody, being a go-between for Richard and Joe, grabbing each other's stickers, dishing out your stickers.
You're officially our Batman this week.
Yeah, kind of. Having some people not believe I'm British, so I've had to show them my tattoo, which has been a talking story, I suppose.
Jamie has a tattoo. I don't know if you know this. Jamie has a tattoo around his navel that says "Made in England," and so when people don't believe that he's from England, he pulls his shirt up.
For some reason, I'm not surprised.
I was going to say, surely Alan can see that from Canada, can't he?
You wouldn't believe it, but it's actually one of the things you can see from space.
Has he showed you the one on his back, paying customers only? Don't ask me how I know about that.
They actually opened up a store over here in honour of that one. It's called Target.
He does have a tramp stamp, but I didn't know it said paying customers only. Let me take a look.
It does.
Oh, stop looking.
That's pretty funny, Jeff.
Because there was actually a rumour going around saying it was like an Apple Pay thing, wasn't there?
Yeah,
I guess.
it is. You go a little bit further, you swipe your card.
You're on the chips.
Atlanta has been actually absolutely incredible because of the people that you meet. I mean, the woodworking show is cool. Yeah, as you can see, we've got crazy people. The woodworking show has been absolutely awesome. But the whole thing that I've always tried to say about these woodworking shows is it's not necessarily the show, it's not the tools, it's the people. And it's the fact you get a chance to meet them face to face, shake their hand, and actually see them and talk to them for the first time. It's just amazing. And speaking of that, Richard, we have a carousel of people who are going to be joining us today. Mind, I'd like to give up to my seat to one of them right now and have you guys sit and talk to him and ask him his impressions of the show. Are you ready?
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead.
Matt Haas.
Awesome wood things.
Hello, Makers International podcast.
Hey, Matt.
I'm Matt.
How you doing, Matt?
This is
The woodworking
This is not awesome
himself.
wood things. Yes. Atlanta show is awesome.
Awesome. How far did you have to travel to get to Atlanta?
about 2 hours by plane. It would have been about 13 and a half by car. So I jumped on a plane. Figured it was easy.
You figured right.
Yeah. I like easy.
All I can imagine is Eli clean shaven.
I try and pull off the woodworker beard. It's too stubbly. I can't do it. So
You can't rock something like this?
no. I love the show, and I love England. I love the England accent. Joe, I don't know if this is appropriate. If I give you a sentence, could you repeat that sentence in your accent, Joe? Would you mind?
Go on then. It's going to cost you.
I say this with
It's
nothing.
my own case you go. I've got my own delivery of drinks.
Oh, there you go. How do we get that? Can we have that happening here? Joe, can you say the phrase, the life of the wife was taken by the knife? Can you repeat that? The life of the wife was taken by the knife. I got to hear this.
I don't even think I could say that.
The life of the wife was taken by the knife.
The life of the wife was taken by the knife.
I love it.
Taken by the knife.
See, I'd have to change that a bit. So it'd be like the life of the missus was took by the knife. That's how I'd say it.
That's improper.
Awesome.
Exactly.
I'm fascinated by accents. Again, I mean, no disrespect. I love the way the English language is said around the world. And
Yeah,
of course,
it's a shame. It's a shame the Americans have ruined it, but it's a nice language.
I cannot argue that one iota. I cannot argue. Well, I'll tell you what, your podcast is awesome. I say to everyone, Makers International has the best banter between the group. You got 5 hosts and you rock it. Everyone is solid. Keep up the good work. I listen, everyone. Love it. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome.
Thanks, Matt.
Everybody don't forget to watch Made by Nation.
Exactly.
Yes,
Definitely.
Made by Nation.
Absolutely.
If nothing else, can you do the cool thing? You know, like,
The Bill and Ted.
That was Eloy's lick, that little thing. He actually recorded a tenth of a second little for me. So that man is super talented. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
Great stuff.
Awesome.
And on that note,
All
I'm
right.
going to give up my seat to Mike Fulton of MF Woodshop.
Mike, I think I've just worked out. Chris and Jamie have just done one and gone to the bar, haven't they?
Exactly.
That's it. It's easy life for them.
They know what they're doing.
Right, Mike?
Mike, same question for you. How far did you travel to get to Atlanta?
It took me about 10 hours drive time.
You drove 10 hours. That's insane.
I drove. I had to bring back tools. So
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's not the sort of
I don't
thing.
know how many scroll cells you can fit into your overhead.
Or even why you'd want to fit one in. But
yeah, that's right. I also sold my scroll saw to a fellow down here. Name is drawing a blank. Chad, thank you.
Well, you sold your scroll cell. You're going to save yourself a lot of time now.
definitely production will be increased on that
I
one.
love this. I love this scroll saw. It's just I don't use it enough to house it into my garage. So.
Definitely. So, how have you enjoyed this? Or are you enjoying the show, Mike?
Yeah, the show's pretty cool. There's I lost count, probably 80 YouTube creators here. Easy. And yeah, we just all been hanging out at the booth, at the sawblades.com booth, and kind of just walking around and hanging out with everybody. And like Chris said earlier, it's not the tools, it's not the show, it's not the city. It's getting a chance to hang out with people that you normally don't get to hang out with, and putting a face with the name and the handshake, hugs, and everything. So it's been a great time.
So I can tell you, sitting right here, it's exciting just to see people walking behind you that I recognize. So
Yeah.
actually being there, that would just blow my mind.
Yeah, it's definitely a trip. This is my third meetup, I guess you can call it, and it just gets better and better every year. So.
That's awesome. Next year's my year. I've got to go next year.
Me too.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed
We'll
for
have to
sure.
get the whole podcast there at the same time.
I say we all go over there.
You know what? I think that's the deal. I think Mike's right. I think we should all go over to the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Canada. Nobody wants to go to Canada.
Alan, it's cold there. No, we're not doing that.
So at least it's dry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's true. Do we look like polar bears? It's not happening. Let me see if I can pull a friend of mine. And Alan, do you have another question?
No, I'm sorry. I just saw Frank Simondi walking around back there. and he doesn't even-
He just walked back there. Let me. I'll introduce you to our next guest, just on the off chance that Richard hasn't watched his videos.
Mike Fulton, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Mike
Yeah.
Murray.
How you guys doing?
He's got the bandwidth
Yeah,
really
Mike.
low, so it's all blurry. I can't see what I'm looking at.
I've got a very important question for you, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Has Jamie given you one of my stickers?
Yes.
He
Yes.
has. And have you given him one of your stickers?
Yes, I did.
Because I owe you an enormous apology, because you messaged me about 12 light years ago, I think it was, and said, I want to send you a sticker, and I didn't have any, and I was going to reply, and my memory is terrible, as anyone will tell you, and I never actually replied, and that must have come across to be so rude, and it wasn't meant to be. So, Jamie, give him another sticker as interest,
Okay, no worries. I've also stole extra ones for you.
because you'll probably lose them.
Yeah.
So, how are you enjoying the show, Mike?
It's fun. Last year was the first year I came down, and we had a blast. And this year it's even better, because some people took a whole plane ride to get here.
How far did you have to travel, Mike?
I drove down. It took me about 14 hours. I'm from Central Jersey, so
Jersey boy.
wow. Yeah.
Jersey, that's near Newark.
Yeah. I'm probably about half hour, 40 minutes from Newark. I'm south.
Because we must have flown over your house, because we stopped at Newark, did all the immigration, and then flew on to Orlando.
Oh yeah.
So excellent. And so obviously you're enjoying the show. What else have you seen other than the obvious people and all the rest of it? Anything that's inspired you or made you think, I might have a crack at that, or look at something in a bit more detail when you get home?
A lot of the turning stuff. The guys were turning with Carl, and I bought a couple of extra, turning tools. So I'm gonna try and do a couple of bowls. Something I haven't really done much of. So
It's a rabbit hole you'll never dig yourself out of.
oh yeah. I started getting into pens, and that really took me down.
Yeah, I got to find a pen mandrel that'll fit my weird old lathe. That'll be my next step.
Can you not make one?
Sorry. A mandrel?
Yeah, because it's just a steel rod.
The steel rod with oddly shaped bearings. Am I not wrong? I don't know anything about them, to be honest with you. But if I can make one, I'd love to. I do work in a steel shop.
Yeah, just taper it.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, if you've got a chuck, for, like a scroll chuck on your lathe, if the jaws will go small enough, you literally just need the rod, and then you can tap the end, put a thing on it, and that's all a mandrel is, isn't it? It's just a rod.
Simpler than I thought. I thought it had like its own specific bearings for. I've never turned a pen. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
No, just like your headstock gets stuck in the head.
Yeah, I do have one of those jaw. Oh yeah, here you go. Here it comes.
Something on the mind.
Do not look Jamie straight in the eyes.
You can actually be on the screen laughing.
Jason McGinn.
It's our good friend Sarah.
Oh,
Trust to be Sarah.
She made me laugh.
Truthy Sarah.
And there goes the neighbourhood.
She's been drinking all day. I know it.
Whilst Mike's laughing, I'm going to introduce you to the next guest. It's our good friend Shogun Jimmy. Not a real Shogun.
Mike's gone.
Actually, this time I'm not a real junkie.
Oh, look who's representing.
Yeah. Love for Canada, I guess.
Good man. Oh, I knew I could rely on you.
I'm still working on my beard, though, but
I just knew it.
Me too.
Gotta
It's just it's nothing.
You got at least a year before you're anywhere near me.
Yeah.
By then, I'm going to look like Chris Clarity.
But I'm ready for your next challenge. The loser has to shave the beard, so I'm good. I'm ready to go.
I think Alan's out. You made that clear.
You guys aren't duping me into that again. I'm still
Gotta
trying
keep
to grow
going.
it back.
So what's been cool with you about the show? What was kind of blowing you? Is this your first one?
This is my first big one. We had a maker one in Denver not too long ago. But meeting like 80 to 100 people I mean, just walking around every corner of the show, and it's just like, oh, hey, 3 or 4 people in my vision of who I know what's going on, and having a conversation with everyone. Just absolutely amazing.
And you being newer to the community, it must really blow your mind. It's like seeing famous people everywhere.
Yeah. Well, and they all knew who I was. Yeah. I think I introduced myself to like 10 people, and the rest knew.
That's all. Yeah. Well, you're definitely making a name for yourself with your channel.
So, yeah. How do you react to that when somebody who perhaps you don't recognise, but they recognise you? But I mean, personally, I struggle with that because I'm in the grand scheme of things, I don't consider myself anyone special, any at all. So how do you? Does it make you feel?
It's a little awkward, but you just kind of apologize and meet them and see where they're from, and then possibly I might remember them. That's even worse is when I've subscribed to their channel and I forgot them. So that's even worse.
Do you know? I totally feel that. Yeah. That I know exactly what you mean on the.
I'm like all of us with Chris.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, here's the problem. How many channels do you subscribe to?
About 600, I think. At this point.
My gosh!
So,
yeah, you got to forget a name or two along the way.
It's going to happen.
It's just going to happen,
unfortunately. So,
and they never appear, even though you're subscribed to these channels. They never appear in people's feeds.
Yeah.
I've had several people come up to me and say, "Why aren't you putting videos out?" And I am not very regularly. And then I never see them, and I think that's down to these algorithms that YouTube use. They're just you just can't.
You get yourself on a podcast and you get a host, and then you put out a video every week, and then you have a host that says, "I haven't seen any of your videos."
Every week,
I'm subscribed to your channel, but I haven't seen it. And you've got Richard Morley and me, and that's what's happening. There's nothing but love. There's nothing but love.
I'm the world's worst for that, honestly.
I do have a question for you guys, though. What is Facebook like for you guys right now? Is it just completely insane seeing pictures and what's going on there? I have not seen anything.
I think that's going to be one for Joe and Alan more.
From what I've seen, it's like been having periods of literally dead time where nobody's posting at all in the I like to make stuff group because everybody's obviously that busy, and then you'll just have an influx of selfies and photos and everything, and then it's like, do I look at it and make myself even more jealous than I already am? But of course you got to give in and you got to see what you're missing out on, and it looks amazing. It looks like everybody's having such a great time.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. It's nothing but jealousy. It's picture after picture of pictures I want to be in, not sitting here looking at it.
And guys, I don't make a hard book of this, but at some point in time we should have him on with us, and let's do a feature with Shogun Jimmy.
He's already on the short list. Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Pretty cool guy. But let me bring somebody else in, and I will reintroduce you to somebody who we know loves metal things that are large. And
thanks for coming on, buddy.
Shogun Jimmy, YouTube.
Sarah Connor.
Didn't we already have her on?
No.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So, Richard, I have a special sticker just for you.
What?
Yeah, just for you. It's free. And people in podcast land won't get to know what this is, but you'll get to see what it is.
I'm not quite sure what to say. On the one hand, the token gesture that you've just shown me is humbling. On the other hand, the token that you've just shown me is.
It's the best part is scratch and sniff.
A little.
Yeah, let's scratch and sniff.
There's something beautiful about that.
Cheddar.
There definitely is.
Why do I like it so much?
They come in 3 different kinds. There's cheddar, brie, and Edam.
That's quite rude and a little bit R-rated, but nothing we wouldn't expect from water designs.
I'm sorry.
Let's face it, the show's been heading that way for a while.
I know. I was just standing back there, and then I got pulled in. So I don't blame me.
Well,
don't blame me.
Why not?
It's all good.
Oh, okay. Blame me. That's fine. That's fine. I wasn't expecting. I made all those little potato stickers, and I really wasn't expecting anybody to want them or.
They wanted that one though, didn't they?
I know they wanted this special one, and this is the last one of this one. So, but
really,
yeah. So, Jamie has your stickers. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Manager stickers.
I've got them.
Yeah, so I have just been like, I opened my little box. I feel like a little kid's like, hey guys, you want to trade stickers? And then just people just like have been going crazy for them. So it's been cool. It's been definitely been interesting here.
Yeah, you gotta watch who you open your box to.
How are you?
Yeah, I was just opening my box.
How are you finding the show in terms? Because obviously you're a graphic designer and an artist in the sort of
Yeah, he was kind of one
art
of the ones
world
that
rather than a woodworker
kind of felt
artist.
like he was going to be left out.
Yeah, no, I really felt like I'd be like the nickel in a turd today, and I went over to the show for a little while, and it was really cool. But it was just I kind of came here to meet all the cool people and hang out with all the cool people, and I think that goes with a lot of conventions and shows and stuff like that. Like, there's really cool stuff, and like, there's a little teeny tiny ball peen hammer that I want to buy that I'll probably get tomorrow if it's still there. So I mean,
Awesome.
What's it like in comparison to a Comic-Con? Same thing, less costumes, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's weird. It's two different worlds. It really is, because just the same amount of drinking though. So that, you know,
Yeah.
same amount of drinking.
Got a nice little stand as well.
I do. Yeah, I got Jamie was amazing, and he hooked me up with this stand to hold my art pieces when I go to conventions and I sell my stuff. And I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I saw it and it was perfect, and it had my name on it and like a logo, and it was it was fantastic. You're gonna see it at all my convention booths now.
Yeah, it's great
So,
stuff.
And it was awesome.
Has it been a bit of a sort of a kind of a businessy type trip? I mean, because obviously you're a perfect place there to be, you know, peddling your wares, for want of a better expression, in terms of offering design services. Or have you taken that opportunity, or have you had people ask you, "Can you design me a logo?" Or?
No, not really. I
Just-
haven't been hustling too much. It's just been kind of hanging out and chilling out, and I had a time to talk a little bit over lunch of like talking shop, I guess, of different, just basically art and design in general, which is always really cool. So got to hang out, and I was actually, you know, it's kind of cool just to hang out with the people that you hear and you interact with almost daily. So
Yeah.
That's cool.
it was like a podcast come to life. Fun.
So you've just been basically going around wrecking the entire place then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just like, get out of the way. Oh yeah. Nuts everywhere. Anyway. So,
Oh god.
Well, I guess we better introduce the next guest, which is Mr. Jason McGinn from McGinn
Excellent.
Woodshop.
See you later, Sarah.
guys.
Jason, it's about time somebody from Canada joined us.
Boot time.
It's a boot team.
It's about time. About time, eh? I'm a little insulted you didn't stop by Ontario and pick me up on your way in, though.
I did. You weren't home.
Oh, you're right. I was at work.
You know what? Next time, maybe show up. Be there.
Next year is my year. I'm aiming for it. I can't promise anything, but next year's my year.
Nice. Yeah, it's a
Nice.
good time. It's a really good time.
Jason is here for kind of a special reason, because Jason, as we talked about when we had Jason on, Jason got married.
Yes, congratulations.
Huge
Big
congrats,
congrats.
mate.
This was
Huge
a wedding
congrats.
present. This trip down here was a wedding present to him, and he's down here. And this is the first time you've ever been to one of these maker meetups that we've had.
Yeah, first time I met any of you guys, actually.
Tell them about it.
So-
They want to know what your thoughts are on
A
it.
lot of firsts. But first thing I want to say, because my wife's watching, not just because she's watching, but
Hi, honey.
hi.
Hello.
sorry I didn't bring you. And it's well, she's freezing in the ice. I'm in t-shirt weather, so that's great. Yeah, Toolmaster Association sponsor. Toolmaster Association sorry.
They sponsored you.
Yes, they sponsored me to come here and help them out with the show and to get me into the experience. So I came, I saw, I experienced, and I loved. Got to meet. It's just everybody. Awesome to meet everybody, and I'm going to be coming to these as much as I can. Hopefully, I can come next year, and hopefully, we can figure out a way to get Mr. Matt Brander up here.
That would be
Get
cool.
the Maritime Makers on here. What the heck?
Yeah.
I really wanted to ask you, Jason, what was it like, being as it's your first time meeting these people in the flesh that you know from online?
It's awesome. First of all, less pixelated, way less pixelated. No, it's great, except for the smells. It's fantastic to just stand face to face. There's a major difference between that and sitting on a screen and staring at someone's icon, or they're, talking to them through this.
Yeah, I was just telling Alan and Joe when you were fixing your end. Obviously, I know Jamie from the podcast, but I'd met him for the first time face to face at Heathrow, and I was expecting it to be weird, but it wasn't. I literally, the lift doors open, he was stood there, and we just had a conversation like we grew up at the same street. It was really, weird, but in a nice way. I can't believe I said that about Jamie.
Yeah, it was weird in a nice way too when I met him. He was naked, so it was a little awkward, but
that's Jamie.
No. No, really, so much experience and so much talent and so much just drive from all these makers and all the people here that it's really it's like a friggin', it's tiring at the same time. It's motivating and exciting.
So they're long days, aren't they?
Oh my, yeah, especially on the concrete floor.
And on top, people don't listen.
Like Chris mentioned the tools that are here, but also the skill sets are here. There's a lot of people, you can stop at booths and talk, and they can demonstrate things and show you. There's educational seminars and things like that were really helpful and a lot of fun to attend.
So obviously there's something there for somebody who is part of the community on the sort of the receiving end of it, rather than the putting in there, the non-video creators, the watchers that are part of the community. There's a lot for them to learn as well, not just to meet people, but to, swap stories and swap ideas and all the rest of it.
Yeah, actually, and here's a fun example of my weekend. I was picking out a tool that I bought that apparently costs a lot. Anyway, it was a lathe tool, and Carl Jacobson advised me on the tools, like standing there holding the tools and showing me how he sets it up and how he does the things he does and why, and exampling with the actual tool and setup, and then comparing different tools with
it doesn't get any better than that, guys. It doesn't get any better than that.
You can't pay for that. You can't put a price on that.
No, you don't get that service with eBay, do you?
No.
Yeah, Amazon can't deliver that to you. I don't care if you do have Prime or not. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to steal this guy because I'm going to go buy him a beer. I owe him. But I want to introduce our next guest, who's a returning guest once again, too. But this gentleman traveled a long way to get here. Frank Shumandl, all the way from Slovenia. Say hello, guys.
How you doing?
Hey, guys. How are we doing?
Very well.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm
Back in
socialising. Mackenzie really is more important.
Now, Frank, I got to ask you, how far did you travel? How long did it take you to get to Atlanta?
It was like a 15-hour trip. First, I went to Croatia, from Croatia to Germany, and from Germany to Atlanta. So like 15 hours.
Wow.
That's a dedicated man right there.
Yeah.
I only travelled 8.5 hours.
How much?
8.5 hours.
I didn't.
Yeah, 8.5 hour flight. Wow.
I know. That's a lot. I mean, traveling is so tiring as well.
Yeah, it is. But I was so excited to meet all the people here and to see the people. So
yeah, it's got to be worth it.
It was awesome. Yeah.
You just get filled up with adrenaline. It just keeps you awake, and then all of a sudden you just drop.
Exactly.
Awesome. So when did you arrive? Presumably not today.
No, yesterday afternoon, and after customs, and I was waiting for someone at the airport, so I came in the hotel like 6 p.m. Yeah. So today was the first day on the show for me.
Yeah. And you're there tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm leaving Monday.
Right.
So once I have go back to work.
Right. See, that makes it even more epic because, like Jamie, you're there for 2 weeks, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
And to my mind, if you're going to travel across the Atlantic to the States, you go for a week, 2 weeks at best. But Frank, you've come even further for twice the travel time, and you're there for 4 days.
Exactly.
That's a commitment.
That's almost...
That's for the show.
That's as much time traveling nearly as you're there. That's
just for the show.
He's got a nice table sort of fish, so...
Frank, did you get to meet any of your favorite creators today?
Yeah, I meet everyone who's here. So we made some great pictures, some great videos. It was great.
I assume we're going to see a lot of Atlanta vlogs coming up over the next few days.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, because we're not going to cover anywhere near as much in this time that we've got for what's going on. But each individual's got their own perspective on things.
Exactly. So it'll be good to see like the intercrossing as well. So watching one person's video and maybe seeing another one being filmed in the background, and then check that one out from it. It'll be good to see what's going on there.
Yeah. I can kind of see where Joe was coming from, where we was all giving him a hard time of not doing anything like vlogging and things like that. You don't really you walk around and doing stuff, and you kind of think, oh damn, I should have pulled my phone out of my pocket and recorded it, taken a picture, done something.
You want to take it all in yourself, don't you? You don't want to stop what you're doing to do that. But...
It's like I've seen Duresta maybe 3 or 4 times, and each time I've not taken a picture, nothing.
Yeah. I was telling Jamie earlier we should have all pitched in and got him a GoPro strap so he could just keep it running all day, hands free.
Or he could have like jerry rigged one of the strap-ons that he's already got. I'm pretty sure it would fit to that.
Yeah.
It's a DIY project I'd like to get into.
It's already got the selfie stick on.
Yeah.
I love having you on this podcast.
Joe.
Nobody's better at giving Jamie some subtle crap than Joe is.
Oh, he's all right. It's just he knows I can just beat him up.
You have to find him first.
Yeah.
He's right. He lives in Wolverhampton,
So what's been your favourite moment or favourite take-home thing so far, Frank?
You know, it was funny. When I came to the hotel, I didn't know anyone before, but everybody was familiar, and everybody was like, they know me, so it was a funny moment. So when I saw this guy and everybody said, hey, hello, how are you? Everything okay? You know, like we know each other for 10 years. That was a funny moment. Yeah.
Makes all those travelling hours worthwhile.
Exactly.
We've got an amazing community. We really have online. Everybody's just so welcoming. So like you're saying, you can talk to somebody for maybe a few months online, and it's like you've known forever, but to actually meet in person and to put it into practice, it's a great thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
It takes it just to a whole different level, not even another, just a completely different plane, doesn't it?
Yep.
Should we do it next?
Who's on next?
We're going to do Tony Ralou next.
Not that we want to get rid of Frank, Joe.
No, not that we want to get. We're going to get rid of. We're going to get rid of Frank. He's getting bored apparently.
Okay.
He whispered it. He's hitting me under the table.
Actually, Jamie, why don't you leave and just have Tony come in?
Enjoy the evening.
Yeah,
Bye.
actually, that's not a bad idea. He can carry on sitting there if you want. Or, okay.
Okay, here's Chris.
We've got Tony Ralou, the king of the branding irons. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sexiest man alive.
The sexiest man alive.
Finally, we've got some talent on the podcast. Got the looks.
Joe just said we finally have some talent on the podcast.
It's about time.
I've just noticed a large spike in viewing figures and them all female. The male and picking up as well now.
Is anyone actually in the chat?
Yes, Tony's here. Say hello. Say hello,
Everybody's
Tony.
shouting out along.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey Tony, how are you enjoying it?
It's been great. It's been great.
Helicopter's back. What's been the best moment then? Aside being on the podcast, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Just getting to see new friends and old friends. This is, I think, my 4th or 5th large get together, and just to see people, and it's such a family feeling, you know. Like I met Chris in Springfield in January, Springfield, Massachusetts, and there's Chris, you know, there's no.
It really wasn't that exciting.
Yeah,
what he's trying to say is it wasn't that exciting. This is much better. This is.
Well, he did have his long locks then. So
I had longer hair back then. Yeah. Delilah came along, cut it off. I'm no longer Samson. What can I tell you?
Presumably, you didn't recognize him.
Yeah. I recognized the Boston hat, so I knew who it was.
Tony, in case you don't know, and for anybody who's not aware of Tony, Tony does. You're a machinist by trade.
Yes, machines by trade.
But Tony builds some beautiful tools too. He if you're looking for a branding iron to brand your logo on something, this is the guy. But trust me, there's a waiting line, so be patient. And you just built some amazing looking block planes. How many did you build?
16. It was about 6 too many, but I did 16, and they were from it was from the MakerCast podcast. I did a block plane for the giveaway, and it sparked a lot of interest, and so I took pre-orders, and I just finished up 16.
16 block planes, and I don't know if anybody have seen those on social media, but they were absolutely gorgeous. Now, did you use like 3 different types of wood in those?
Yeah, there was options. There was rosewood, cocobolo, and African blackwood. But a couple guys like Luis, of course, he had his own wood, and, shipped.
You have to know Luis Gonzalez. If you don't know who Luis Gonzalez is, then I'm sorry, but you just have to understand he has his own stuff.
Yeah, he has his own stuff. That's the best way to put it. So, yeah, they're like a hybrid. It's almost like an infill plane, but it's a block plane.
Nice, and they're absolutely gorgeous too.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. Cool. So, Alan, you didn't ask him how long he took to get here.
Good call. How long did you travel to get here?
It was an 18-hour drive. It was a long drive.
Whoa.
Another dedicated.
That's mad. I cannot get my head around that. That's like 2 days work.
No, it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, it's the United States is large, and you don't think about that until you're on the highway for about 16 hours. And you start seeing things.
Trust me, I've driven from Florida to California. Tip to tip through Texas is a day and a half to get through Texas. That's not a lie. 1 day and a half to drive through the state of Texas.
I wonder how many Englands can we fit inside Texas?
I was thinking when you were saying about the time, it's like 700 miles from tip to tip. That's a day's. So that's whoa, yeah. I just can't physically get my head around that. Why didn't you fly? Presumably because you took a lot of gear with you, or it allowed me to take the hand planes because there's no way I'm putting them on a plane without them on my hands. But my wife does not like to fly. She's kind of like Izzy. She just won't fly, and it was another way to see the country. I'd never really been south of Virginia, which is about in the middle of the country. South of that in a car, so I didn't get to see the countryside. And it was nice. I don't know if next year, if we're down here, if we will drive again, but it was an experience.
He's saying that now because he knows he has to drive back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that you forget. Is like you're there 18 hours. That's 36 hours travel. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
You need a vacation when you get home.
Pretty much.
Well, Tony's an amazing maker, and he's an amazing sport for coming on with us. He wanted to get his wife on with us, but she refuses, and I don't know why, because she's a lovely lady.
She is.
Well, she can stand in the background and say hello, wave from a distance.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to mix with our swords.
We'll give it a try. But in the meantime, Tony, thanks for coming on.
Thank
I want to
you,
introduce
guys.
our next guest.
Thanks for coming on, Tony.
Say hello to Mr. Heath Knuckles.
What's happening, guys?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fantastic. How long did you travel to get here?
I traveled approximately 8 hours and 45 minutes, probably more like 9.5 hours, having to deal with traffic.
Nice. Not bad at all. I don't think anybody's going to beat Frank, but I guess it's nothing compared to Frank.
Well, Tony's 18 hours.
Yeah.
I can't complain then, I guess.
They're still bonkers. I cannot get my head around these travel times. That's like... But presumably you drove.
Say again?
You drove, didn't you? I didn't miss that. The traffic.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
How come you didn't fly?
It was way too expensive. It was about $550 for a round trip ticket, and with the rental, I said, I'd rather just sightsee.
There's Mackenzie.
Yeah, 8 hours. I would definitely take the drive if it was 8 hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Flying.
Brilliant. So how do you? Surely you don't drive 8 hours solid, do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Other than a bathroom break.
I wanted to ask Tony that if he stopped at all in that 18.
I would imagine so. Well, that's
Yeah.
a lot of bottles in the car.
Probably to take a piss, but if I was driving 18 hours, I would stay over somewhere for a night for sure.
Yeah.
That's mad. So what's been the best experience for you so far?
Basically, really just to meet all these wonderful individuals and understand.
Sorry, there's some guy in the background coughing in your ear.
Yeah, I don't. He showed up just recently. I don't know where this guy came from, but anyhow, no, it's been an excellent experience. Met a lot of great people, and this is the first woodworking show I've attended, but I'm just completely amazed. Bunch of fantastic people.
Heath, we're looking for a replacement on the podcast for Jamie if you're interested.
Well, you know,
you're already better than him.
Do you want to wrestle for it?
Yeah,
little oil wrestling, maybe.
Can we do it in epoxy?
Little whipped cream. Oh, epoxy. Yes,
yeah.
epoxy.
We could do it in epoxy.
I do it in epoxy. Epoxy would be great.
Topless wrestling and epoxy
glitter.
on Makers International. You've seen it here.
Just as long as I don't have to shave my head.
Yeah, we came up with a David Welder challenge today.
Oh yes, we did. That's right.
We'll show him.
I have some
New York bed bugs.
New York City bed bugs.
Oh god.
He's gonna cast them in epoxy and make something and send it to David.
And I'm going to attempt to make something beautiful with this, not just cast them.
Yeah, make them beautiful.
Make them beautiful bed bugs. Should be exciting.
Just go pour them in Chris's bed while he's on the podcast.
That's where you got them from.
That's where he got them.
I'm speechless. Bed bugs resin. What on earth are you?
And beautiful.
Have you any idea how you're going to do or what you're going to do? Or
are you familiar with his work?
I'm not. I'm totally not. And I'm going to be looking straight after this show. And
check it out.
Please, everybody, forgive me for my ignorance.
Once you've checked it out, you'll understand miracles can happen.
Richard, you got to stop feeling bad about that kind of stuff. You can't literally watch everybody.
I know, but I do still feel a little bit ignorant. And when I've said it before. I rely so heavily on other people input into me. You need to watch this, and you would say, Jamie, get on your phone and send me the link now whilst my phone is in my hand, so I can go.
I'll try to. If I got Wi-Fi.
Where's Chris? Just quickly.
Chris is.
Can you quickly send Heath Knuckle?
No, I was going to say if he's not around.
Heath Knuckle's list.
If he's not around, Keith, I just might go on my watch list. I didn't want to put any ammunition Chris's way, but I will look at this.
Heath's channel name.
Richard's watch list is where videos
Chris
go.
said, I'll put it nicely, he said no. But
no. Fair enough.
Find your own videos. Yeah, you always genuinely seem to feel bad if you've missed a video, though. It would be a full-time job to watch everybody's videos.
Oh, too much.
I don't know if it's Richard.
Too much.
Is your channel under your name? I'm going to do this now.
Yes, Heath, like the candy bar, Heath. Pretty simple.
We don't have that in the UK.
There's a candy cart.
You don't have candy bars.
No.
You don't have candy bars in the UK.
Not called Heath. No.
Really?
We don't have that in Canada.
Well,
either.
I just found out that you don't have candy bars in Canada.
Oh,
No.
you tried the
They're
real
illegal
chocolate,
here.
didn't you?
What's that?
You tried the real chocolate, didn't you?
I tried the real chocolate, and I will say this: that the chocolate that
Cacao.
Jamie brought is just spot on.
Right, I've
Fantastic.
just
Delicious.
subscribed. I have just picked the bell icon, so I will get notifications.
We'll be looking for that in within 2 to 4 weeks. I'm guessing it's going to take some work.
Maybe 4 to 6.
4 to 6, possibly.
You're going to have to comment on it to ensure you're actually watching.
I will definitely, because I love seeing other mediums and other new ideas and people.
Great.
You got to share this stuff around, because like Alan said, you can't watch everything. It's a full-time job. Yeah, and that's what is so good about the community, sharing all this stuff.
Richard, I've just been told that a Heath bar is like our dime bars. You know, like a dime bar.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what they're like. Talon just told me that.
Yeah, it's called like a dime bar or a dame bar. It's kind of like a hard toffee, I guess.
It's a bit like an armadillo, then.
What?
It's like an armadillo.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Heath, just keep doing what you're doing. Smile and nod.
Armadillo. Say again.
They said just keep doing what you're doing when they talk. Smile and nod.
So what are you working on at the moment? You're obviously an epoxy heavy.
He's an epoxy wizard.
Yeah. How are you going to work these bed bugs? Any
No
ideas?
clue. Absolutely no clue. I may have to talk to the wife about this one.
Do you sit on things for quite a while and mull things over before you get inspiration, or does it just hit you?
Well, actually, Jamie had approached me, maybe 2 hours ago, and handed these bed bugs to me. And then the next thing I know, of course, apparently I'm going to be casting these in resin. So,
how did you get those through customs?
No, this was through
David Welder was selling.
You got New York bed bugs.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, not Canadian. Not Canadian bed bugs. Not to be
Canadian.
mistaken with Canadian bed bugs.
They look like
New York
real
bed
size
bugs.
people.
You do not take New York bed bugs home with you. Your wife will kill you.
No,
things
those
spread like
aren't
wildfire.
Those aren't called bed bugs. I think you're talking about something else.
Dirty.
And on that note, over to Alan Rums's arch enemy.
Thanks for coming on.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks.
Needs
Thanks,
no
Steve.
introduction, Mr. Sterling Davis.
Oh, no.
See you later, Alan.
See you, Alan.
Alan's done a runner. One side to Sterling and he's out of here.
I don't know, Sterling. You got a tough act to follow. They were talking about candy and bud bugs. I think we can. We're going to try better.
You know, this weekend's been awesome. We're going to talk about the woodworking show.
Yes, we
Darling, I admit I watched your scroll saw video the other day.
I love you, Alan.
I didn't dare comment or hit the like
Just
button.
enough to get to heaven.
I'm just barely going to make it.
2-week probationary first.
They make me wait for a while.
Now, my weekend was complete. I got to bear hug Lutz. Lutz is real. I found out what a Lutz was. And I got to touch Carl Jacobson's hair. So that was just an amazing, yeah. So,
and the clouds split and the angels sang. It was
amazing.
I would have pet it for hours if you'd let me.
We went back into the stairwell, and he gave me a 15-minute. No, calm down, Alan.
15-minute what?
15-minute seminar on how he fixes his hair. It's
No
pretty
way.
cool.
Did you get your?
He's kidding. He's joking. He's joking. All right, come on.
Did you get the cheetah delivered?
It is here. Unfortunately, though, he is flying, so we're working it out to get it to him another route. So, but
through a chain of makers, presumably to like a relay race.
Yes. So that's pretty cool. That's what the whole community is all about, and I love it. It's just everybody helping each other and working together and just having a ball, man.
Because Andy's in Chicago, right?
Yes.
So Atlanta to Connecticut to Chicago, it really isn't a straight. Okay, no, I can't help. Anyway, sorry, I tried.
Sterling, you look a lot bigger than Chris.
He is a lot bigger than me.
Don't feel bad, Chris. I'm smaller than you.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not true.
Well, I'm same height, but I'm smaller around.
I'm getting a lot.
Joe, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm trying to think, put myself in the mind of people actually listen to this as a podcast. Sterling, you're much bigger than Chris. I'm the same size as Chris, but I'm smaller around. I don't think this is going to come across too well.
Just forget the podcast this week. It's a live.
My God. We apologize. We apologize.
There is something. It's like watching things in 3D and normal cinema, isn't it? Like the actual live video is the next step.
Oh God.
Well,
not necessarily the next step forward, but it's the next step.
Well, needless to say, we love Sterling, and I'm glad he came by and said hello to us this week.
Yeah, I just want to stop in and say, hey, you got some more guests coming around. I'm sure y'all want to
actually,
talk to some more people.
we've only 7 minutes left in the podcast, guys.
Sterling, you're the headliner.
We saved the best for last. We saved the best for last there, buddy.
Makers International.
Welcome to Makers International, Andrew.
Hello there.
We're going to make the show go over just a little because I like the way you were looking at the camera.
Excellent.
Oh, man, that voice is fantastic, too.
Rich bass tone.
Are you interested? Are you interested in joining Makers International?
I will. Yeah, I can represent this part of the international community.
There you go.
Perfect. We don't need
There
Chris
we go.
anymore.
No, yeah, we kick me right the hell out now.
Well, we're
I'll
going
just
to need
like
you
my
for
headphones.
production, actually.
But no, if I'm gone, I'm gone, Alan. It means that you have to go to work and actually do something.
Damn it. I have to start paying you.
But what's been the best part of the show for you then? I'm going to try and pull this back, and I'm thinking of our listeners.
It's fantastic to get a chance to hang out with people. It's funny, we're here in the lobby of the hotel, and I was just telling this story a second ago. We're here in the lobby of the hotel. There's a guy who stopped here in Atlanta on his way to Florida with his family, and he's kind of standing around. He sees us handing out stickers to one another, and he walks up. He's like, "Are you guys? I heard there's a woodworking show in town," and he's like, "Somebody told me last night, like Izzy Swan's here," and I'm like, "This guy has no idea. He just happened upon this.
Yeah,
it's hilarious." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, Izzy's here, and Jimmy DeResta, and all these other guys." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know them." He's like, but he knows Izzy. So it's just awesome. Like this guy's like, we're handing out stickers to him, and he's having a blast just standing in the lobby of the hotel, like when we're on our way to the Waffle House this morning. Some of us hung over. But yeah, he's like, yeah, it's great because I get a chance to talk to you guys. Like he was just standing around for like 5 minutes talking to us, and he's like, this is great. Like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like usually I'm talking to people, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to make box joints and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I said, welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. You just won the community by one this morning.
Exactly. We'll see you next year.
Exactly.
But it's fantastic. Yeah, it's great just to get a chance to hang out with everybody, walk around, and see people in person that you normally just see online, and realize that it's like there isn't an a-hole in the bunch.
Yeah, there really isn't.
I don't think. Well, I don't know. We haven't met.
Yeah, other than that guy.
I don't know. We haven't met yet. But no, it's such a fantastic group of people. It's great.
You just took my joke. I was going to say, just look to your left.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it.
Absolutely fantastic.
Jamie, you want to come up? We've only got a couple minutes left, I believe, Richard. I don't know who's watching the time. I think I lost track myself.
We got like 3 minutes.
Joe's freaking out because he's going to have to do the edit. We're literally getting a second-by-second countdown here. I mean, we've been over before, Joe. I know. I'm gonna leave the time to you because normally I joke about the whole running over, but I'm normally 10, 11 o'clock at night. But this is evening. I'm gonna have my tea, same as everyone else that's been on the show. So you're the one that's on like darkness hours at the moment.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, that's cool. So yeah, is there anyone else in that?
you just gave him the right. We're doing it for another hour. It's going. There we go.
The constant private message that's going through at the moment, though.
End it, Richard. Wrap it up, Richard.
I really genuinely don't want to because I know there's so many nice people that are just within an arm's reach to grab them in. But I think you're right. For Joe, if nothing else, and the listeners are going to be bored by now. So Joe and Alan, this is kind of going to hinge on you a bit because obviously we know what Jamie and Chris are up to. I'm not up to anything. What are you doing, Joe?
Well, I'm actually going to be trying to make some more signs. I released a video recently, a Harley Davidson sign that I made while I was still in the States. And it's really given me like a desire to make some more. So I'm going to be doing some of that in the future, some maybe movie posters and album covers and stuff like that. That's what I've got in mind anyway, but not started yet.
But the ideas are there, so the planning stages.
That's it, yeah.
It's in it. What about you, Alan? Because you actually took to tagging me in a post that Joe put out for that video to make sure that I would see it, didn't you?
And I tagged you before I even actually saw the video. I just saw the preview of all kinds of amazing looking rotor work. And to this day, since I've met you, when I see awesome rotor work, I think Richard Morley.
That's it.
I think of you immediately.
But why? There's loads of people that are out there doing awesome router.
I have a go-to guy for every tool. All right, and you have become my go-to guy for the rotor. Like Carl Jacobson is my go-to guy for the lathe. You're my go-to for the rotor. I don't ask me why that is. I associate tools with people that I like to watch.
Cool. I've still struggled to why you'd pick me, but anyway, what are you currently up to?
I wonder why would I pick you? What am I up to?
Literally, why?
Because you're amazing at it. Last night, I had very, very little time to work this weekend, but I did whip up a rack for my turning tools because they're constantly everywhere, and the flimsy, crappy box they come in just doesn't hold them or latch shut correctly. So not too much. But should I get into a shout out? I actually have one this week.
Yes, definitely, because I think we keep missing them off, don't we?
Yeah. This week, I'm not sure if we've done this before or not. I don't believe so. I just started watching it. It's called Nailed It. Nailed It. I don't know the gentleman's name yet. I haven't spoke with him yet, but he made a compact dining table with folding leaves, and I happen to need like the same one in my kitchen as opposed to the dining room. So I'm going to actually follow this video to a T and make the exact same one. So I'm pretty excited to do that and then send him the picture. He still doesn't even know I'm watching. So awesome channel. Make sure you go check it out.
Excellent. Have you got a shout out at all, Joe? Because you've been working hard on your rocking chair, haven't you? That's been taking up a lot of time.
As well. I haven't caught YouTube. I'm ashamed to say I've only been watching Casey. I'm glad to see the vlogs back. So watch Casey.
I was thinking about making that my show.
I actually messaged him that, and he thought I was joking. Thought I was on a wind up. I've actually got a shout out this week.
Oh, you do?
I actually haven't been watching his videos, but it's actually Heath over there. He made me an incredible blank, and as a shout out, I want to give a shout as a thank you. I want to shout out his channel. He does some beautiful work, and so yeah, go and it's all with epoxy and wood. So yeah, go and check out his YouTube channel. He's on Instagram as well under Heath Knuckles. So yeah, just check out his work. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, he's obviously a cool guy too. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Go support him. He's a cool
obviously a cool guy, and just to chat to.
Yeah.
That was obvious.
Yep.
Excellent. Do you have any shout outs or anything you're working on, Chris?
No, I'm working on not being hungover tomorrow.
And luck with that.
And I'm actually going to be working on not getting shouted at tonight. So yeah. So other than that, guys, I really haven't had a chance to watch any videos this week. So it's all been about this show here in Atlanta.
Awesome. Well, make sure you put out loads on your social media and stuff for people to follow, because if we want to see not just what other people are putting out, we want to see some background stuff, some really nitty gritty dish in the dirt. So
right, yeah, that'll happen. Never.
The after hours stuff. That's what I was talking about. Real.
When they're not come out.
I will if you will, Richard. Let's put it that way.
I can post some pictures of Florida. That'd be fine. Yeah.
You can do. It'd be better if you posted pictures of Atlanta.
Do you know what? It would have been better. I would have loved. It's annoying, at least for Joe and for Alan. There was no way they were going to make it. But I'm literally, so close yet so far. And so for me, that's kind of worse. But hopefully,
he's lazy.
He is.
Yeah, that probably. I'll let you have that. I will let you have that.
Get on the right router and get up here.
Yeah. By the time I get there, everyone will be gone.
What is it, Alan? A white guy or
perfect
a why
timing,
not
Richard.
guy? He's a white guy or a why not guy?
Yeah.
He's a white guy.
He's a white guy.
Well, it was like, why not stay here in the sunshine with the beach and everything?
That's
sunshine. And
I'll give you that. Why not? I'll give you that one.
Yeah, all right.
You get a pass.
Because let's face it, you're at the other end of that travel. Jamie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys want to plug your social medias and stuff?
Who wants to go first?
Sure, I'll start. You find me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under the Woodworking Junkie.
Excellent. Joe?
Average Joe's Joinery on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Average Joe's Photography on Instagram.
Jamie?
Okay, you can find me at JP Woodwork on YouTube and JP_Woodwork at Twitter and Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, Chris, you get to go last because you just hurt my feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry. Aww. Make the first cut on Facebook and Chris Cute on YouTube and Instagram. But I don't do anything. But I don't do anything on Instagram. But I'm there.
Yeah, he's got Instagram now.
You have. So everyone should subscribe to you just so you can have the most popular non-active account on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Exactly. It takes very little time to follow me on Instagram.
That's it.
Yeah. That's something I can actually keep up to date with. So
exactly.
Excellent. Well, make sure you guys enjoy the rest of your trip out there, and do generally keep us updated, because I know I want to know what's going on as well. So it was good talking to everybody and listening to what's going on up there. I'm sure Joe and Alan will agree.
Absolutely.
Wicked. Well, definitely time to go now. So I've been Rick Morley. You can find me at brainfizz.uk and under my name on YouTube. Once again, thanks to everyone that's been dragged kicking and screaming in some cases on the show. So hopefully be back here next week.
You guys have a good week, everybody.
Take it easy, everyone.
Have a week.